Your BMW dealer made money when you bought the car, but the real profits often come later through services many owners don't fully question. Stay to the end, because the number one item on this list is one that thousands of BMW owners pay for unnecessarily every year. Number 10. The factory maintenance is already very good. BMW has offered scheduled maintenance like oil changes, filters, and inspections for the first years or miles on many new cars in the US and other markets. Check what your specific model and year include. Many dealers make far less money on those included services than on extra items they sell you later. They rarely highlight how much maintenance is already covered because it reduces their ability to upsell care packages and maintenance plans after purchase. The dealer wants you focused on what you might need to buy, not what you're already getting for free. Your BMW service booklet shows exactly what's covered and when. Compare that to the dealer's recommended list, and you'll often find they're pushing services that aren't due for thousands of miles or aren't required by BMW at all. The included maintenance can be quite comprehensive, often covering oil changes, cabin filters, brake fluid services, and multi-point inspections that cover the major wear items and safety systems on your car, depending on your model and program. Before you buy anything extra, look at what BMW is already giving you for free. The factory knows what your car needs and when it needs it better than the service advisor trying to hit monthly sales targets. Many owners don't realize they might be paying for services that could be included or not yet due. The dealer counts on you not reading the maintenance booklet or understanding what's covered under the original warranty. This is especially important for lease customers who might never need to pay for maintenance during their lease term. Yet dealers still try to sell extended maintenance packages to people who won't even own the car when the included coverage expires. Number 9. Dealer recommended service is often well beyond BMW's own schedule. Most BMWs have a clear factory schedule based on mileage and condition. Oil changes, brake fluid, spark plugs, and other services are spelled out in your owner's manual with specific intervals that BMW engineering determined. Some dealerships use their own severe service or dealer-recommended charts that pull expensive services forward. It's not unusual to see dealers recommending 60,000-mile fluid services at 30,000 miles, presenting it as being extra safe for your investment. The real benefit is higher service revenue, often without clear justification from BMW engineering. They're not necessarily wrong about severe service, but they're applying it broadly to increase profits rather than based on your specific driving conditions. Your iDrive system even shows due items based on actual driving conditions and BMW's algorithms. If the car isn't asking for a service, question why the dealer is recommending it ahead of schedule. Ask them to print the BMW factory service schedule and compare line by line with what the advisor is pushing. If it's not in the BMW schedule or the car isn't requesting it, you're allowed to say no. The severe service argument works for some owners who do lots of short trips, extreme temperatures, or dusty conditions. But most people drive normally and can follow the standard BMW maintenance schedule without problems. Service advisors are often trained to frame early services as protecting your investment. In reality, they're protecting the dealer's profit margins by getting you to pay for services before they're actually needed. Number 8. Extended warranties and maintenance add-ons often have large margins. Third-party or even BMW-branded extended warranties and extended maintenance plans sold in the finance office often have large margins. Finance managers are often incentivized to sell these, and they know the contracts include a lot of exclusions that most buyers never read. Paint, interior trim, sensors, infotainment glitches, and pre-existing conditions are commonly excluded. In many cases, if you took the same money and kept it in a savings account, you'd come out ahead when repairs are actually needed. The person selling you the contract knows broadly what's not covered, but they focus on the scary scenarios that are covered. They don't spend time explaining all the ways the warranty company can deny your claim. where items, environmental damage, and electronic quirks that don't affect safety or drivability are typically excluded. These can include exactly the kind of expensive repairs BMW owners worry about as cars age. Tell them you want to read the full contract at home before deciding. If they won't let you take it home to review, that's a red flag that they're hiding something in the fine print. Ask for the wholesale cost of the warranty. If they won't show you what they're paying versus what you're paying, you know the markup is substantial and there's room for negotiation. Many extended warranties have deductibles, claim limits, and repair facility restrictions that make them less valuable than they appear. The dealer makes money whether you use the warranty or not, so they're motivated to sell regardless of value. Number 7. Protection packages are major profit centers. After purchase or at delivery, customers are often offered paint protection, interior protection, wheel and tire protection, VIN etching, and environmental packages at eye-watering prices. The actual products and labor can cost the dealer a small fraction of the $1,000 plus they charge, especially when done in-house at volume. Often, it's a few hours of basic labor and off-the-shelf products applied in bulk rather than a painstaking bespoke detail. Similar or better work can be done at a reputable detailer for a fraction of the price. The dealership's real motive is adding high-margin back-end profit without changing your monthly payment too much. They'll often roll these costs into financing, so the monthly impact seems minimal. That environmental package is often basic labor and off-the-shelf products applied by someone who does this all day long. The results are usually no better than what you can get elsewhere for much less money. Compare a typical dealer protection package price with a quote from an independent detailer for paint protection film or ceramic coating. You'll often find the independent shop offers better products and workmanship for less money. The dealer counts on you being excited about your new car and not wanting to shop around for these services. They present it as convenient one-stop shopping, but you're paying a premium for that convenience. These packages are major profit centers that help the dealer make money on every car sale, even when they have to discount the vehicle price to close the deal. The protection products subsidize the car sale margins. Number 6. Software updates and diagnostics can be used as revenue tools. Modern BMWs are software-heavy, and a dealer can charge for diagnostic time and programming even when there's no obvious symptom or warning light. Some service advisors present software updates as required or critical, even when the car has no stored fault codes. Sometimes updates can introduce new bugs, but that risk is almost never mentioned. They'll present every available update as an improvement, when some are just minor tweaks that don't affect your driving experience. What specific fault code or BMW service bulletin does this software update address? If there's no warning light, no drivability issue, and no recall or bulletin, consider declining it unless it's free. Diagnostic fees can add up quickly when the dealer goes on a broad health check instead of focusing strictly on the symptom you reported. They might run multiple system scans looking for anything they can fix or update for additional revenue. BMW does release important updates for safety, emissions, or drivability issues. But not every available update is necessary for every car, especially if you're not experiencing any problems with current software. For some stores, the dealer makes money on diagnostic time, whether they find problems or not. This creates an incentive to run extensive diagnostics even when you came in for routine maintenance. Ask what specific problem the update solves and whether it's related to any symptoms you've experienced. If they can't give you a clear answer, the update might not be necessary for your situation. Number 5. They may push unnecessary early wear item replacements. BMW's onboard systems can estimate brake and pad life, and many owners see 40,000 to 60,000 miles from a set of brakes depending on model and driving style. Yet it's common for some dealers to recommend brakes, tires, or other wear items earlier than necessary. The motivation is to capture high-margin jobs before you price shop with an independent BMW specialist. They know that once you start shopping around, you'll discover their prices are often significantly higher than alternatives. BMW prioritizes handling over tire life in their alignment specs, so some tire wear is normal. But dealers might present normal wear patterns as requiring immediate attention to create urgency for replacement. Ask for actual remaining pad thickness in millimeters, tread depth in 30 seconds, and photos of the parts they're recommending for replacement. This gives you objective data to evaluate their recommendations. Get a second quote from a BMW-focused independent shop using genuine or OEM equivalent parts. You'll often find significant savings while getting the same quality parts and service. The dealer's service department has monthly quotas and profit targets just like the sales department. Recommending early replacement of wear items helps them hit those numbers while generating high-margin revenue. Your BMW will warn you when brakes are getting low through sensors and messages. Use that, plus an actual measurement, as your primary guide, rather than just a verbal recommendation from someone with sales targets to hit. Number 4. Your data and contact info can be a revenue stream. After you buy a BMW, you may start receiving calls, emails, and texts not only from the dealer, but also from third-party warranty and accessory companies. Dealerships often share customer contact info within their group or with marketing partners, within whatever privacy laws apply in your region. This is rarely explained clearly in the sales process, and once that data is out, stopping the marketing onslaught can be difficult. You might get calls about extended warranties, accessories, or services from companies you've never heard of. The dealer and its partners can financially benefit from using your information to market more products and services to you. Your contact information and vehicle details have value in the automotive aftermarket. Read and adjust marketing consent forms and privacy opt-outs at purchase. Specifically ask whether they sell or share your data with third-party warranty or accessory companies, and how you can opt out. Some dealers are more aggressive about data sharing than others, but the practice is common throughout the industry. Your information becomes part of their revenue stream beyond just selling you the car. The calls and emails often continue for years after your purchase, especially as your warranty periods approach expiration. Companies buy this data specifically to target BMW owners with time-sensitive offers. Document everything in writing if you want to opt out of data sharing. Verbal requests often get ignored, but written requests create a paper trail that's harder for them to dismiss. Number 3. Complaints go beyond the dealership, but they don't advertise that. If you have a serious problem after purchase like undisclosed damage, price not honored, paperwork issues, or title delays, the dealer is not your only path for resolution. In many regions, there's a manufacturer customer relations line, and in the US, state-level consumer or motor vehicle agencies. Sales staff and managers rarely point you to these channels unless you push, because external complaints can hurt their metrics and bonuses. They want to handle everything internally to avoid outside scrutiny. BMW corporate customer relations can pressure dealers to resolve issues that the local management might otherwise ignore. State consumer protection agencies and motor vehicle boards have authority that dealers respect. Don't just yell at your salesperson if you have a serious problem. There are official channels that can pressure the store to make things right when internal complaints go nowhere. Document everything in writing from the beginning. Save emails, texts, and written estimates. Take photos of any damage or issues. This documentation becomes crucial if you need to escalate beyond the dealership. The dealer would rather resolve issues quietly than deal with corporate complaints or state investigations, but they're not going to tell you about these options unless you ask or do your own research. These bodies often have formal processes for handling dealer disputes. These external pressures often work when internal complaints don't get results. Number 2, loaner cars and goodwill are discretionary, not guaranteed. Many buyers assume that owning a BMW automatically means free loaner cars, goodwill repairs, or VIP treatment forever. In reality, Each dealership has internal policies and limited budgets for loaners and goodwill, often reserved for customers who service there consistently. They rarely tell you that going to an independent shop or another dealer might reduce your chances of future goodwill help on borderline repairs. Dealers often track your service history with them, and that can influence how generous they are with loaners or goodwill. Loyalty leverage is real in the BMW dealer world. The more service work, parts purchases, and referrals you bring them, the more likely they are to help you out when you need a favor or have a borderline warranty issue. Ask before buying what their loaner car and goodwill policies are in writing. Don't assume that premium brand ownership automatically includes premium service policies. Some dealers have generous loaner policies for any service work, while others reserve loaners for warranty repairs or major services. The policies vary significantly between dealers, even within the same brand. Goodwill repairs for out-of-warranty issues depend heavily on your service history with that specific dealer. If you've been getting your oil changes at the quick lube place, don't expect the dealer to cover your expensive repair as a goodwill gesture. The dealer's willingness to help can correlate strongly with how much money you've spent there over the years. This isn't necessarily fair, but it's how the business works in practice. Number 1. They're serving two masters, you and the manufacturer. BMW dealers are heavily judged by the manufacturer on surveys, CSI scores, and certain metrics like upselling branded products and retaining service work. A lot of what happens after purchase is about keeping BMW corporate happy, not purely about your satisfaction. Follow-up calls, pressure to give perfect scores on surveys, and scripted language in the service lane are all about maintaining their relationship with BMW. The dealer needs to hit certain benchmarks to maintain their franchise agreement. The survey you get after your purchase can impact how the dealer treats you in the future. Some will outright coach you on how to answer because their bonuses and franchise status depend on maintaining high scores. You can use this to your advantage by giving honest feedback, especially if you feel pressured or misled. BMW Corporate takes customer satisfaction seriously because it affects their brand reputation. The dealer has to balance keeping you happy with keeping BMW Corporate happy. Sometimes these interests align, but sometimes they conflict, and you need to understand which master they're really serving. At many stores, perfect survey scores are tied to bonuses for staff, and poor scores can bring extra scrutiny from the manufacturer. This creates strong incentives to manage your survey responses. Give honest feedback on surveys, but understand that extremely negative scores can hurt individual employees who might not have been responsible for your problem. Focus your criticism on policies and processes rather than individual people when possible. Here's the bottom line on dealing with BMW dealers after your purchase. They're running a business, and their goals are generating revenue and keeping BMW Corporate satisfied, while hopefully keeping you just happy enough to return. Understanding that helps you make better decisions about service and avoid unnecessary expenses. Don't be afraid to ask questions, get second opinions, and shop around for service work. Your dealer wants you to believe they're your only option for quality BMW service, but that's not true in most markets. Remember that you have more power as a consumer than the dealer wants you to realize. Document everything, know your rights, and don't hesitate to escalate issues beyond the dealership when necessary. Your BMW ownership experience should be about enjoying the car, not getting taken advantage of by the people who sold it to you. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.